Immersive portals are really cool, but they really shouldn't be allowed. It just doesn't feel right to be able to see the nether through the portal. It doesn't make sense in my brain. But this man here, he's done so many worse things than this portal has ever done. He doesn't belong in Minecraft even more than the portal, like, at all. But unfortunately, instead of just dropping him into the void here, I think we actually can do something a bit smarter than this. Okay, so what I plan on doing with him is I'm going to create a prison for all of him and his buddies, because there's obviously so many of them around. But what I plan on doing is I'm going to make a prison in which I can access each individual cell with the click of a different button. That way I can access any of the cells really, like, immediately. But it's a little bit smarter than the other system in that it doesn't just cycle through the cells. I will actually be able to select an individual cell and bring it up so that I can talk to the prisoner or something, or whatever I was planning on doing with it. So to start, we have to create the actual cells themselves, and I think just to keep things simple, I'm just gonna create, we'll go just 5 cells, let's say. I'm honestly pretty darn excited for this redstone episode though. So there we have our 5 portals, and the portal that will connect with those 5 portals is actually just gonna be right here. Now what we need to do, okay, here's the complicated part. Let's just get a platform quick so we actually have something to stand on while we're working here. And I'm actually going to create just a 6th portal on top here as a door, so that whenever we're not seeing the prisoners, this will just pop up, and that ways the prisoners, so that ways we don't have to, like, stay on a prisoner whenever we're not talking to one or need to access one or something. Once again, we're just going to color code these slabs so that we can actually tell the different cells apart when we switch between them. Other than that, they're all going to be pretty much the same. It actually works really well to have 6 doors, so then we can just have these 3 on either side, and then of course we'll have, like, labels below them to say, like, cell 1 or cell 3 or the door or something and stuff like that, so that we don't have to, like, search for the different buttons. So now what we need to do, I don't know why I just did that, but now what we need to do is we need to at least access the door to start, and then we'll work on where we're going from there. So unlike in my last episode, I'm actually going to have most, if not all, of the redstone is going to be in the overworld. And so to start with each of these buttons, I need them to activate all of these dispensers on either the left or the right, all of the dispensers that have water buckets in them, so that all of the portals will break, or if any portals are lit, it will break those portals. So it doesn't matter which one is lit, they're all going to get broken. And then it will light whichever portal that is correlated to the button that I clicked. So first thing we need to do, add a bit of redstone here. Oh wait, that's not going to work, is it? Okay, I switched things around, so now we can get the same output from all of these buttons, which in turn will go through these systems here and break all of these portals, you know, at around the same time. It'll probably be more like this portal breaks, and then these 2 portal breaks, and then this portal one, and then this one, and then this one. So they're all going to break, I guess, sort of in a sequence, but it's all going to be just like ticks apart. So it's basically at the same time. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the output from this button, bring it down here, and then bring it up to the correct portal, which will then light, giving us the cell or the door or whichever we're going to do. Something else I just remembered is that these pistons also have to go down and around in order to light these as well. So we'll have to do something about that. Okay, so I actually found several problems with with this circuit here, which was that if I couldn't actually move many of these things without accidentally breaking something. In other words, basically these would fire when they were not supposed to, which is kind of a big problem. But I think I found a way to fix that, which is to have the pistons actually be a little bit further down and then have other pistons to update them. So now, if we just get rid of that quick and we hit one of these buttons, you can see that turns on and that turns off again. And then also all of these pistons here extend at the exact right time they should. Okay, so that's all working great. Now we just need to combine these by having these come around and somehow firing these as well. Alright, now I've connected these, so now if I press any of these buttons, it will do the same thing as pressing any of these buttons. But now what we need to do is actually connect these pistons up with all of these individual portals here so that they all light at a certain time. So we will have to fill each of these up with a little bit flint and steel. So this is actually one of the simpler parts, but it's also one of the more wiry parts, in that I need to actually build a line from each of these buttons to each of these individual portals, and that it's not going to be complicated. It's just going to be long, so I'll just cut it out and then see you guys in a second. And 1 second later, we have built all of our wiring. So I believe it is now completely functional. We just have to label the different things as the different parts of the circuit. Otherwise we'll get really confused. But I'm pretty sure... Oh, hold on. One more thing we also have to do is put this final block there. Okay, I'm going to make a backup. And then we are going to try to test, I believe, this button. Yeah, this first button right here. This should be the door, the iron door that I put in place right here at the top. And so when I push that button, an iron door should appear right here. Okay, I made a backup. We are now ready to go ahead and test it out. So if we hit this button here, iron door appears. That's just absolutely awesome. Oh! Oh, okay, that's messed up, whatever. But anyways, so something else I forgot is that I actually need these to power after this thing goes through and resets everything, which means we do need to wait the appropriate number of ticks before actually firing these. I mean, it worked that time because nothing was lit, but it's not going to work next time. Also, does this mean that this doesn't even have water? I believe I've set up all the timings correctly now, so if we try to transition to a cell, nothing happens, which isn't good. I believe, okay, that means we need to add extra time to the rest of these in order for them to actually light up properly. Which is more complicated for some than others. Alright, let's try this one more time. Same button. We're still not getting an output. Let's go ahead and just make these extra ticks that I added just a full 4 ticks and see what that does to the circuits. Well, that's strange. Oh dear, what is this? Why didn't that retract back in? Has that been the problem? This just hasn't been retracting for some reason? That wasn't the problem last time though. I'm so confused. What the heck? What is happening right now? I mean, good news, I think, is that we did get to a cell, which is the second to last one, so that would be, what, the 4th one? We did manage to get to the 4th cell, which is just awesome. Oh no, it's created another portal. Gotta get rid of that, that's not good. Okay, I have come up with a new idea to fix the problem that I've been having. And that is, instead of trying to get the timing exactly perfect, which obviously I have not, because otherwise there wouldn't be some wonky things happening over here. If, instead of getting the timing exactly perfect, I made it so that these made it possible for these lines to actually power this this dispenser and then this dispenser. So they'll all break, and then whichever one has access to the second dispenser, whichever portal has access to the second dispenser, only that portal will light. Hopefully this idea will work. I'm not really sure if it will. Also, I just realized the problem I have with this. That's not good. We need to fix that. So, okay, so let's try to explain this a little bit better. So this will pulse. This will fire the block right here, and then this will come up powering this dispenser right here, which will break any portals, and then it will come around here. The pulse will come around here, and it will go into here, which will pulse then this dispenser, and it will also pulse this redstone piston down here, which will then push out to that, or to there, and it will stay extended. And then once everything turns off again, it will retract its block back to here, and that will retract that back to there, ready for the next pulse. Okay, that should be working. And then if this block is not right here, for example, if that's right there and this will come over, it will fire this, break the portal, and then the pulse will come over, and it will just end up doing absolutely nothing because there is nothing to actually do over here. It can't even pulse this piston. Okay, that's good. That is what I wanted. So now what we can do is do that for the next 4 portals down here. 5 portals actually, never mind. The next 5 portals, gotta do the same thing, probably a little bit different with a little bit different timings, but basically it's the same concept for the rest of these, which I have now duplicated for the rest of these. So now everything should be ready, but I am going to make a backup. So if we do this correctly, Then we do want to light this one to get the door. Wait, I'm sorry, what? Which one did it light? It lit this one. Why did it light this one? That is so weird. What? Oh, I'm so confused. Yes, okay, that's awesome news. So I clicked this button and this door finally came up. And it was just because something down here was forcing one of these portals to light every single time. So I had to change the circuitry a little bit, add a button in there to redirect the redstone. But now everything's working perfectly fine. I'm assuming. I haven't actually tested everything. So if we click the second one, yeah, it should be the second button on the right side. We should see Blackstone through the portal. The Blackstone cell, which is cell number 1. If we hit that button, yes, that's awesome. Okay. And then the next portal we should see is just plain brick. We should just see a plain brick cell. Yes, oh, this is awesome. Okay. Alrighty, now we have all of the buttons colored in. So now what we can do is we can hit this button for the door. Which did not work. Are you kidding me? Why? Why would that not work? Oh dear. We have another portal, that's why. Okay. We'll have to break that portal. There we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and try that again. The door. And we got a door. Nice. Okay. And then if we want this Blackstone cell, we have the Blackstone cell. If we want the Endstone cell, we have the Endstone cell. Look at that. That's cool. Okay. If we want the brick cell, we did not get our brick cell. Why not? Please. Please, why? Why is it creating more portals? Just ignore that I just fell right there. That's embarrassing. But why? Why are there suddenly new portals around? That's not supposed to be happening. It means that some portals are still lit while others are being destroyed. No, so it means a portal is still lit while other portals are trying to be lit. I have great news, which is that this thing is entirely working. So you can see if we hit this button, we get our brick cell here. If we hit this button, we get our Blackstone cell. Right there. The buttons that are closer, or not the buttons that are closer, the portals that are closer actually come up sooner. So the portals that are way down there do take a little bit longer to show up, but they do show up. So this portal, this is the Endstone portal, and it is the 5th portal, so it does take a little bit longer to show up than the other ones do, but it still shows up, which is just awesome. And then something else that I thought we could do is actually get some gates, or not gates, let's see. Nope, not gates. So get fence. No, what is it? Iron something. Iron bars. There it is. So I was thinking, just for the sake of it, we could go ahead and just put some iron bars right here, just along every single portal, just to make it look a little bit more like a prison, and to prevent the prisoners from escaping whenever we light a portal in front of them. Because that would be a problem if they tried to escape while we were trying to talk to them, you know. So put those in place, and obviously we'll have to make them all higher, but just for the sake of it, I'm just going to put that single row down. And as you can see, now these will all have bars in them as I transition to the different portals. Please, please work. Please say the bars didn't break anything. That would be so confusing if the bars broke something. But if we go here... Okay, it still takes me there. Will it still take me to the door? No. Why? This is concerning. Wait, this lit. Why is it creating new portals? Do I have to wait more time for each of these? I mean, I can do that. It's not like I want to, though. That's, you know, it's more timing. But it's possible, I suppose. Okay, well, might as well do it quick. Okay, we have fixed it now, so there are no more extra portals spawning, and I just added 2 ticks to each of these green circuits here. So now the portals will light a little bit later after they break, so it will take a little bit longer now, just 2 ticks longer, but I'm willing to wait that much if it means that this thing actually works now. Seriously? Did it just not work again? Okay, there's a problem with how many portals are here. That's kind of a big problem, yeah. We need to fix that, but I'm not sure what needs fixing. I'm not sure why it's creating those extra portals. Fortunately, I have come up with a new system, which is just to separate the buttons that activate the portals and the button that deactivates the portals or breaks them. And so now all I need to do to get to a certain portal is to, let's say we want to just close all of the portals and close all the cells. Then we can just hit this button for the door, because the door is made of iron, so we'll hit the button for the iron door, and then hit either of these two buttons, and the door will come up. And then if we want to visit a certain cell, then we can hit the button for that cell, and then hit this button, and then that cell will come up just like that. So, the whole thing works now, and I thought it was plenty terrifying enough to just have a cell that's just out in the open, knowing that there is nothing beneath you. So, these... well, I mean, this is it. This is the prison. It's pretty scary, honestly. I wouldn't want to be locked up here. Alrighty, I have set up the bad man and all of his buddies in here, so now we no longer have to worry about them causing harm to our beautiful town out here. But as you can see, when we hit this button here, we can visit Bad Man. As you can see, here he is, Bad Man himself. And then if we want to visit any of his buddies, we can click, say, this button, and go ahead and visit there, which happens to be the Horrid Boy. I forgot about him. And then, let's see, we want to visit this guy, who is, I believe, ooh, let's see, can I guess the name? Evil Buck? Evil Buck? Nailed it. Evil Buck. There's Evil Buck. And then I believe this one is Cranky Karen, so we can pop that on. And boom, look at that. Cranky Karen, there she is. And then our final one, which... I've totally forgotten this one, so I guess we're about to find out. The final one is... Mad Harris. Oh yes, Mad Harris. There's Mad Harris. Honestly, he's my favorite. So aloof. I love it. But anyways, that is all I have for you guys today. So if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like down below. And if you really enjoyed it, then please consider subscribing, because it really would help out a lot. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.